Hello soap making community. Today we are going to be making cold processed soap with breast milk, olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, and grapeseed oil. Here are some soaps that we have made in the past. This soap here is the same exact recipe we are making today, however it was done in the hot process. This is a soap that we made with this recipe in the cold process. You can see the difference in the color. I think we burned that one actually. And then here is a lard soap made with old used bacon fat. Here we have some of our equipment out. Start off with my trusty rubber gloves. I have my measuring cup. I'm going to be measuring out everything in weight because due to densities, the various densities of my ingredients, I want to have everything in weight rather than in volume. Volume is going to throw my quantities off. I have my oils here. I have pure olive oil, bought from Sam's Club. I've got coconut oil that I've got online. I have organic virgin palm oil that I also got online. I have grapeseed oil that we ended up picking up at Marshall's for a pretty good deal. Our pure food grade sodium hydroxide lye beads. My mixing bowl I use to mix my lye in. That's Cody over there, my helper. Sometimes he'll remind me whenever I'm not doing something safe or whenever I'm working too fast or if I even forget an ingredient. Here we have our scale. Well, here we go. This is the recipe that we're going to be making today. You're welcome to try it at home on your own and see if you get the same results. I don't know, you may have a hard time getting the breast milk. That's kind of rare. Here we are using the palm oil, 4.16 or 4.2 ounces of palm oil, 2.2 ounces of coconut oil, 1.6 ounces of grapeseed oil, and 24 ounces of pure olive oil. And then the sodium hydroxide required to saponify 95% of the fats found in these oils. I got these from saponification tables. They came in 100% quantities, but I want to have a 5% super fat in my soap. So I only am using 95% of the recommended quantity on the saponification table, which gave me 4.25 total ounces of sodium hydroxide. We're also going to be using 13 ounces of liquids in this too. We broke it down into 4.3 ounces of water and 8.75 ounces of breast milk. We're going to be mixing our soap in a stainless steel pot in here. Oh my gosh! What are you doing in here again? You messed up our last batch, you little rascal. And here is our power mixer that we're going to use to blend the oil and the sodium hydroxide together. I also wanted to show you too, we're going to be using some commercial lavender. This is our essential oil we're going to be adding. Now, I only added 10 drops of the essential oil to the soap. Also, we use silicone molds to mold our soap. These come in handy. You don't need to line them with butcher paper, plastic wrap, or anything like that. You don't need to spray them with Pam. I mean, they're pliable, so you know your soap sits up overnight and it does its initial saponification and hardens. You can just pop your sides and literally it just falls right out. These things are great. Let's start making some soap.
Ooh, watch out, honey. Come over here. Get down.
Moving on. Next up, I want to measure out 8.5 ounces of breast milk. Alright, we're at 98 degrees in our oil, so I'm going to just kill the heat over there. 8.5 ounces. 8.4 ounces, close enough.
You want me to squeeze some in it?
Yeah, I'll film it. If you haven't heard that properly, because the voice came from behind the camera, we did have an offer to squeeze some fresh milk straight into it, but I declined. It was generous though, generous offer. We're going to want to heat our oil up a little bit because it's got that palm oil in it. Palm oil still has some solids that float around, and we want to get those melted. And also our sodium hydroxide solution, where it heats up a lot whenever you mix it with water. It jumped up to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we want to do is we want to kind of get both of these mixtures near the same temperature, and the temperature that we're going to want is 95 degrees. We're just going to sit our sodium hydroxide in an ice bath or cold water bath for a little while, and we're going to heat up our oil just a little bit. We're just going to put a fire underneath it just to get that palm oil melted, and pretty much once it hits about 100 degrees we're going to turn the fire off and let it cool back down. And once the two get to about 95 degrees we're going to mix them together and start stirring away. We've got our oil and we've got our water, or lye, I mean, both are at about 97 degrees, 94 degrees, 95, 93, 93, 92.
That's fine, honey.
That ought to do it. We're ready to go ahead and mix. Thing is to take your sodium hydroxide. Don't add it like I just did there, that was kind of dumb. But still use power tools. We're getting silky here. I think we're going to have trace in a little, pretty soon actually, so we're going to go ahead and add our breast milk. Oh wow, that did it.
For a second because I want to get this in. I'm going to add about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops of lavender. That doesn't even do anything.
Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, this next step, we're going to take our soap and pour it into our mold. Yeah, we made a batch yesterday and it was definitely over traced, like it came out in a big clump, or it was over saponified.
Where's the pink thing at?
Backed up. And here it'll sit for about 24 to 36 hours, when it should be a nice hard block ready to be removed and cut. Here it is. Our soap, we're going to cut it into some squares. Since it still may be caustic, I'm going to use some caution here and handle it with rubber gloves. It's still kind of...
It's coming out, looks like. Did it help?
I got it. Ooh.
Ooh.
It looks like some palm oil there.
It's not cured yet. I mean, it's not ready to pop it off, look like.
I mean, it's all kind of wet down there.
Okay. Oh, you want to stamp it?
Yeah. It's soft.
That's cute.
Okay. Breast milk, Marcella soap.